Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be taking a first look at Carole B, who is going to be the next promo S Class character coming to the game. As we can see on the right hand side visually, she has got a lot of pink going on, but she has also got this daisy chain like crown, I think it is. You can see she has got a default weapon. She is of course a tough character standing there. She's got the backpack. We're going back to the backpacks. I do like the backpacks. She has got a lot of denim and a lot of pink. This is pretty much what I see standing out here. Is the first ever Carole B that we've ever had in the game, I believe. She kind of memed on a little bit with S Class Jobe, I think, is what the kind of memeing is going to be about. But on the left hand side we can see her avatar. We see that crown on her head. That is a daisy chain crown, right? I'm not sure if anyone knows what the hell's going on. If we look at the stats as an S-Class character with full veteran ring, she has 5,525 attack, 3,409 defense, and 3,594 HP. So extremely high damage, and as we saw before, she is a tough character. She is considered a damage dealer, which makes a lot of sense with that high damage stat, which obviously is going to amplify the amount of damage she's going to be able to do, basic attack, rushes, so on and so forth. Now we'll take a look at her adrenaline rush. It is called Guardian Rush. It is a 66 AP cost rush. Deal 900% damage to a line of enemies. This character gets Guardian Shield and 100% AP. So not too much going on here. It isn't too much. It's very much just all about Carole here. She's not doing anything for anyone else. 900% damage is quite good with a 5.5k rush. Then it's to a line of enemies as well. This character gets Guardian Shield, so potentially could block incoming damage based on that damage done. We'll have to check that out. But she also gets 100% AP, which is a lot like the S Class Arab. Very, very similar to S Class Arab, except her base damage is 1,000 more. And I think Arab maybe does 750% on his line rush, and she does 900%. So the damage output will obviously be greatly improved here. So if we get here to the rush turn 3, I can do the rush of Jeremiah first. It's good to put some defense down on characters. We're going to get the minus 75% defense down on the characters down low. We're going to do her rush. That should take them both out. You're going to see she's going to get her rush straight away. And obviously you're kind of looking at what her specialist skill is as well. Very Arav-like, but she gets that Guardian Shield. Let's see if that Guardian Shield also works against characters that would do damage back. Let's say a Bide or a Payback character. Okay, so now it is turn 3 and I am going to rush. I'm going to rush Mr. Lou, the Payback character. If the Guardian Shield blocks the Payback damage onto Carole, basically she'll just have no Guardian Shield and she'll just be standing there. She will be unscathed, no scratches. Otherwise, one of the other 3 characters would still be remaining alive, but Carole B will be out. Let's see what happens. It looks like she's been taken out. Yes, she has. So it looks like the Guardian Shield comes after the damage, which kind of makes sense because that's how it said. It said deal 900% damage, then get Guardian Shield. If it said get Guardian Shield, then deal 900% damage, well, that would have been a completely different story. So it's safe to guess that it would work exactly the same against any character that would do any level of reflect on her rush, be it Bide, Payback, or anything else. It does mean, however, that the second rush she does, she could effectively rush one set of characters, one rush, get the Guardian Shield, and because of that specialist skill that we saw proc in the test, she could rush someone else like a Bide character and not have any risk of Bide at that point because she has the Guardian Shield on her. Once she starts rushing, she's going to be continuously rushing. If you know how Arav works, it's exactly the same way. It is great. You're going to get through a lot of different parts of the game quite nicely with this character. For instance, SR, Arav's always been a really good character there, but it's mainly actually because of his weapon and the fact that he's guaranteed to take people out with his rush because he's just so powerful. Carole will take people out, that is guaranteed, but you're not going to get any healing or anything like that. Unless you can find a weapon that does healing on a tough character, because it doesn't look like she's got an attached weapon. It is a default weapon, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. But she has, of course, got an active skill. We'll go across and check it out. It is Guardian Shield, AP up, and Recover. It has an initial cooldown of turn 2, cooldown of 2, number of uses 5. Up to 3 teammates recover from infection, bleed, and burn. This character gets Guardian Shield and 40% AP, so extremely similar once again to S Class Arav, who had an basically a recover, or I think it was just to bleed and burn. It might have been maim as well. It's definitely bleed and burn. I'm fairly certain it was bleed and burn. There might be something else in there, but he didn't give himself AP, and he definitely didn't give himself a Guardian Shield. So you could do this turn 2, get the Guardian Shield up, so that first rush you do would effectively have a Guardian Shield for protection against characters that have bide and so on and so forth. So that's how you could potentially get that Guardian Shield up straight away. If there was any bide on that character, it'll break the Guardian Shield she had on her currently, and then she should get the next Guardian Shield up. So as you can see, my team is bleeding. Someone has also got infection. If I use her active skill, it will remove the bleeds and the infection from 3 of the characters. This is obviously quite nice. There is that lone character with bleed still, but fortunately Mercer can remove bleed as well, so we'll just do that. We won't let him take any damage. This time around, what we're going to do is we're going to rush the payback character to see, after her Guardian Shield gets destroyed, does she get one back? And I'm pretty sure she will, just because it is at the end of her rush. So we're going to rush. She won't get taken out, and she gets a Guardian Shield straight back. As you can see, it destroyed the Guardian Shield. It said 0. It did pop up saying 0. And then she has a Guardian Shield again. If I would have taken him out, I would have obviously been able to rush again, but I didn't do the defense down. I have also put a bit more of a defensive weapon in her hands, just so she wasn't actually blasting. That's why not even Jeremiah and Rick took too much payback damage there. So this was just to test out the functionality, of course. Now there will be a slight problem with this active skill where it will just prioritize anyone who's got any of these effects. So potentially someone could have infection and bleed, and it might not cleanse them over someone else who's just got bleed, I believe. I'm not 100% certain of this. I would have to do a lot of testing to see if it just didn't, cleanse Rick. But I assume it's just random. As long as someone's got one of these effects on them, they will be cleansed, and then everything else will happen. Character getting Guardian Shield, 40% AP. As you saw, it was enough with a huge AP on attack weapon to get a natural turn 3 rush. She did get her AP quite naturally. She didn't get attacked at all, I do believe, so she was just getting natural AP there. As long as you've got a reasonable amount of AP on attack, she has got an extremely quick rush, so that's not going to be too much of a problem. Now, we did see it a little bit in the previous clips, but it is, of course, her specialist skill, which is follow-up. Once per turn, when this specialist takes down an enemy with an attack or adrenaline rush, they will receive a bonus action. This obviously just means they get to do another attack where they would actually normally gain AP. So if she did a basic attack on turn 1 and actually took someone out as the last attack, let's say you just dogpiled on one character and she did the last hit to take them out, she'd get another free attack to just gain more AP and get a natural turn 2 rush. If it is turn 3 and she's just getting her natural rush as she would, and she takes someone out, she just get to rush again because her rush gives her 100% AP. So we know this with Arav, we know this with characters like Nor as well. AP gain characters mixed with follow-up is extremely powerful and a lot of fun. Okay, so here we are again. This time around we are taking quite a weakened character down here, and we're just going to basically give you an example of what would happen if she did get that last hit on someone. On the first turn, she just get her AP. Obviously on a rush, she just would get to rush again because she has 100% AP gain. But in the first 2 attacks, she does get a natural turn 2 rush potentially. Or if you say outright, you could potentially get a first turn command rush, which means you could potentially take out 2 to 3 characters on the first turn. This is, of course, a tough character, so she could take advantage of the 20% AP to self weapon, and you could get her a natural turn 1 rush without even making her take someone out already. That does mean she'd rush twice in the first turn. And here would be an example of that. I can just get first turn rush on these characters, and we can just rush the alert characters just to do trait damage. As you can see, once you obviously get her out really well, I have not done much with her mods, I'm going to be honest, you're going to be doing a lot more damage on the first turn, and then you've got other characters to do the same in terms of just building up AP, and there are other follow-up characters on top. If you've got someone like Jeremiah, you could get a turn 2 rush, and because it was a natural turn 1 rush, as you can see, they can do it again. So if there is anyone still alive, she can rush again, which is something that other characters don't really offer in those first turn teams. Once they're done on that first turn, the second turn it can take a little bit of time. You have to do basic attacks and stuff, whereas she's just going to be able to rush again. Obviously not so much against Mr. Lou, But this is where you could have someone like a Magna in the team, and you could just hit the normalize if that was Magna normalized, or I could even just use Andrew as active and then just rush. But yeah, there is that I could do actually. Yeah. So those are the benefits of the specialist skill follow-up when it comes to this character, especially on the first turn team. She can rush twice. It's great. Potentially taking out 4 characters on the first turn, just 2 sets of line damage. Lots of potential there. She has, of course, got a weapon in her hands, but it is a default one, and this isn't such a bad thing in my opinion. You know, with the Conquest update on the horizon, giving people, you know, expecting people to actually use armory tokens on the character that they pull, if they were to pull for them, or if they were to get lucky on like a Survivors Club pull or something, is a bit much. The fact that you can just use weapons that you've already got crafted and just put in her hands, rampage weapon, 20% AP to self weapon like I was saying before, I think it's good. It gives you options. You can use her on different teams if you did get her, and she'd be a lot of fun, but it would only be for a short amount of time in the S Class era. Mythics are just around the corner, but I think that Carole B, if you did get this character, would be pretty decent, especially if you've already got a setup that can rush first turn. She can definitely add to that. I think she's going to do a better job than S Class Beta, for instance, because there's just no RNG involved when it comes to Carole, whereas Beta does have the RNG. Sometimes he can take down 3, sometimes he can take down 4, sometimes he will not take someone down on the extra damage depending on how defensive a team is set up, you know. So there is also those little extra bits on top, and you can't control the damage as much, so you definitely need to have a Magna. Sometimes you need multiple in terms of normalizing, you know, double loose, and you won't be able to rush first turn because of that. Whereas with Carole, you potentially could just say, hey, I'm going to just rush the second turn and just do another basic attack with Magna on the second turn if you're coming up against too many payback characters, and it's just not as big a deal, honestly. So that's what Carole B has to offer. This power is very, very reminiscent, though, like we already said, about Arav. I mean, it's almost just a tough version, slightly improved, of Arav. When I say slightly, I mean quite a bit actually. Like 1k damage, Guardian shields on pretty much everything she does. That's basically that's actually pretty nice. But yeah, otherwise, good character for an S class character. And if you get her, you've got the meme team if you've got Jobe already. So there is that. But do tell me what you think about S Class Carole B. She is going to be the next promo character coming to Road to Survival. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you want to be informed when my videos go live, please hit subscribe and turn on notifications. That's how you find out when my videos come out, when my live streams start. But that is the end of this video today, guys. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.